Hey folks, this is Machineboyyy. In this video, I'll be showing you the basics of movement in Warframe. Okay, I've brought you to the simulacrum, I have brought you here to the simulacrum. To show you some of the basics of movement while not being in a mission. If you're not familiar with this place, it's something you unlock a little later in the game if you're beginning. This is like testing ground, so you can test stuff out, test weapons, test effectiveness against enemies and all that jazz, but that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to show you the movement. So, I'm just going to get down to the bottom here. I'm going to show you the basics. Now, you guys probably already, if you've been playing this game for a few hours, you probably already know the basics, but I'm going to go through everything step by step. I'll only be discussing PC controls in this video. Console controls are not something I'm going to get into since I don't actually play with a controller. It's pretty straightforward with a controller. I mean, if you're doing WSAD, it's going to be your left analog stick. So W just moves you forward, S you go backwards. In accordance to where the camera's facing, obviously. Now, obviously your camera movement is your mouse movement. So if I move my mouse left, I look left. Move my mouse right, I look right. Move my mouse up, I look up, and down looks down. Same with the right analog stick of your controller. That's what it's gonna do. It's gonna do the same thing. So if I look in this direction, I press W, I move forward. Press S, I move back. Obviously, okay. So then you can do things like strafing while looking at a certain object. So if I look at this pillar, if I keep my mouse angled at the pillar, then I can strafe around it. This is a very good, like if you're being shot, it's a very good idea to strafe around things like this. Whoops. Strafe around it while looking at one spot. You should practice this if you're not familiar with playing any kind of shooter game. Third or first person, strafing is pivotal. Survival, because while you're getting fired at, you can still fire at the enemy and they will miss you if you're strafing around them. Obviously in conjunction with maybe jumping. Bit of jumping there, throw some jumping in there while you're strafing around enemies. Like this. Say that's the enemy there. I will spawn in some enemies to give you some examples. Okay, so you got the basics. W, S, A, D. Look around with the mouse. Spacebar is jump. And then if you right click on your mouse, you will aim down sights. This will help you aim at enemies, and a lot of the guns, their aim down sights improves accuracy of many weapons. So then my left click is fire, so I can fire my shotgun there. And I can't just fire it, you can see the spread, I can just fire it willy-nilly without looking down sights, but you'll see the bullets spread out, and if I aim down sights, it's a bit more tighter there. So obviously I'm playing with a shotgun, but the same relates to many other weapons, submachine guns, the assault rifles, even the sniper rifles, everything. If you're not aiming down sight, you're losing out on some accuracy there, so aiming down sight is very important in this game as well. And then, if you press Control, you crouch. Now, crouching is great to get behind some cover. Okay, there is no cover here in this area, but if there was cover, you could crouch, get behind cover. And this is also a great way to be stealth in the game. There are some areas where you can be stealthy in the game, so crouching, you're harder to see when you're crouching, and you move a little bit slower. So if you're moving around, like pressing W, if you tap Shift, you'll do a roll. There we go, I'm gonna do a roll. So if I'm moving, say I'm strafing around an enemy, I can do a roll. I move a lot quicker, that means I can dodge a lot more projectiles. So there's a roll, there's a roll. So you move a little bit faster. Like I can hold Shift to run. Oh. So the Shift key is your sprint key. So if you hold down the sprint key and you move forward, you do that. If I quickly let go and I tap Shift, I'll roll. There I'm walking forward normally. Hold Shift, there I'm running. Let go and tap, I roll. Then I can continue to run. Then I roll. Tapping Shift. And tapping Shift and tapping Shift. There we go. Now if you if you do a roll while aiming down sight, you'll do a side spring or a back spring. I'll show that now. So I'm aiming down sight and I move backwards and I tap. I'll do a little backflip. It's a different movement to the roll. So you'll see it again. Here's a roll. And here's a back spring. It's like a cartwheel almost. And then if you do it sideways, you do a side spring. So it's a bit different. It's a bit different to the normal roll. It feels a little faster. Definitely feels faster. I don't know if it's my imagination, but if an enemy is trying to do some melee action on you and you're aiming down sight, you can quickly do this just to quickly get some distance away from them. So I'm holding down right click, and while I'm moving, I'm tapping shift. And there we go. Okay, the next move I'm going to discuss is the double jump. So spacebar is jump, as you can see. I'm jumping. So if I tap spacebar again while I'm in the air, I'll do a double jump. So this gets me a little bit of extra air and some extra distance. So this will help you clear some larger sort of holes in the ground. You can jump over this with ease. Okay, the next one is a big one. This is one of the most major moves in Warframe. This is the bullet jump. So how you do this is, while holding control, you press spacebar, and you will bullet jump in the direction you're looking. So if I look here and I hold control and I press space, you'll see there's bullet jump. The nice thing about this move is that it can be spammed continuously, so you can pretty much use it to get around in the game world. Most veteran players pretty much just use the bullet jump to get around, as opposed to just running around. So you'll see, and you can do this in conjunction with holding shift. So when you are running, when you are on your feet, you're actually running instead of walking. Although it's very difficult to actually keep holding shift while tapping control, you know, at the same time. So something like that. So there I'm running. Okay, so here I'm running. Control space. And I'm running control space. Although it's easier just to do control and space. So let me just start that over again. So here we go. Here's the bullet jump. So while I'm moving forward, I'm going to be I'm just going to be holding W. And you actually don't need to be moving to do this. So I'm going to just do control space, control space, control space. Although it feels a bit stiff. So if I hold W to move forward and I control space, and I do a little slide. Oh yeah, the slide. Actually, I forgot to get to that. If I'm moving forward and press control, I will do a slide. So that's another advanced move that I actually skipped out on. So moving forward, press control, you slide. And if I press space, I do a bullet jump. So those movements, those two movements work together. So moving forward, control, space. Moving forward, W, control, space. Control, space. Turn around, control, space. Control, space. Control, space. Control, space. You can hear me tapping on the keys there. Control, space. Control, space. You can see, already you can see I'm getting around a lot quicker like this. Now if I do it very quickly, control space, control space, control space, control space, control space, control space. There we go. The movement is a lot more fluid. Get around a lot more faster that way. Another advanced move is the aim glide. Pretty much when you're in the air, you just aim down sights and it slows down your descent. And if I jump in the air and I aim down sights, I slow down. This is great for if you're descending over a large area and you've got some enemies below you. This is great for that. So if I get some height here. So if there are some enemies down there, and say I jump in the air and I hold down right click, you'll see my descent is slowed down and I slowly glide down to the ground in the direction I'm going. So you can actually control the direction you're going as well. There we go. So using the WSAD keys, you can control your direction a little bit. You can sort of steer yourself where you want to go. If you just jumped like this and you aim glide, you can actually do a double jump in the air, then aim glide again. Get some extra air like that. Okay, the next move I'm going to show you is the wall latch. So basically, you jump towards a wall, you hold right click. And let's try that again. There we go. So I'm stuck on the wall, but only for a limited time. And at this point, I can aim and shoot at enemies. So let me just go up high. So this is the wall latch. I'm going to jump on here and you hold right click against the wall and I'm stuck on the wall. So now I can aim and shoot at enemies. I can also just jump off and get to another position. Wall latch again. Okay, that was a fail. Wall latch there. Now I'm stuck against the wall. I can aim and shoot at enemies. Jump here. Wall latch there. And shoot some enemies. But eventually it runs out of time. You'll see how it will fall. There. So next one is the wall dash. It's pretty straightforward. If you hold spacebar against a wall, you will jump up the wall. Here we go. You don't need to necessarily spam your spacebar. You actually just need to hold down on spacebar and your Warframe will jump. In some areas of the game, I've noticed that you do need to spam spacebar because of how the terrain can be a bit uneven. So on some walls where it's a little bit uneven, sometimes it's best just to spam the spacebar. So you can just do that. I'm spamming spacebar now. It also helps just get some momentum up there if you need to jump against some obstacles. Another one is the wall dash. That was the wall jump, sorry. I don't know if you caught that. That was the wall jump. The next one is the wall dash. So the wall dash is just like the wall jump, except you go sideways, you go at an angle. If I hold space, I will jump across. This is actually best seen in some missions where there's larger areas of wall. This is a very small area. So it's very hard to show it off. But basically, if you're coming, I'm running up against a wall and I hold space, you will just continually jump against that wall. So it's basically like wall running, like some kind of Matrix stuff. Check it out. You can traverse large distances by doing a bullet jump and then tapping shift while in the air, as well as holding down right click. So I'll do it right now to get over this large distance right here. Okay, lady just joined the squad. Okay, so here I go. I'm gonna just do it. So I'm gonna do a oop, game froze because she's joining. Oop, there you go. Okay, I'm gonna do a slide and then I'm gonna jump. So it's control and then space, control space and then right click. So control space, right click. So I'll do it right here. I'll traverse. There, lady's doing it. Okay. So here I go. So control space, right click and shift, tap shift, get some extra distance. You see how far I got. I actually went way overboard there. And here we go again. Control space, right click and shift. You can even do a melee attack, which will give you even more.
Nobody knows you're here.
If you do a melee attack, it'll give you even more distance. So if I'm doing a bullet jump, I can do a melee attack. It'll get a little boost. Bullet jump, right click, melee attack, another melee attack. You'll see a melee attack will give you a little boost of speed, but usually you get a lot more distance if you just tap shift while you're in the air. So you bullet jump space, hold right click and shift, and then melee. Hopefully that explains how to traverse long distances. So basically, you want to try to jump at like at least a 45-degree angle in some cases. So like jump like this, get some height, hold right click, you get some distance, and then shift. Especially if it looks like you're not going to make a jump, if you just tap shift in the last minute, it'll give you a little boost over there. Okay, let's finish this mission.
You found a target. Capture the
What's up, lady? Found the target.
We'll interrogate the captive back at base. Your part is not marked. Hello.
Here's a perfect example. Here we go. That's 1,000 meters away. Jeez. Alright, so that concludes the movement video. Hope you enjoyed it. If there's anything I missed, please let me know. And we'll see you guys next time. Hey folks, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.
So don't forget to like and subscribe to the video if you've enjoyed the content. Don't forget to stop on by to our Twitch channel.
We stream on Twitch under the name Lady Bathory and Machine.
Link will be in the description, and to hit that follow to see whenever we go live. Thank you so much for tuning into the video, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.